Ooh. Ooh. Fear. It's so spooky. I'm spooked.
All right, short round.
It's so spooky. We're in completely different genres of movies.
I disagree. Temple of Doom is a scary fucking movie. We're not talking about Temple of Doom.
Nope. But we are talking about...
Coming soon. Jolting tales of horror. Creepshow. From the author of Carrie, The Shining, and Cujo. And the creator of Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. You'll scream, ghastly ghouls. Cringe at weird kids. And shiver at the doings of evil doctors.
This is going to be extremely painful, Mr. Verrill.
Creepshow will grab you, grow on you, and give you the creeps.
No, this is going to be an entirely new experience.
Creepshow, the most fun you'll ever have being scared.
Oh, man, that was spooky.
Creepshow.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie quite so spooky.
Yeah, low budget, but
Low budge, George Romero, Creepshow, 1982's Creepshow.
I love you, George, but a lot of this wasn't that scary. I remember as a kid some of the imagery was, and it's not until the last story.
Well, that's why we watch the shows, because
and why I have an Indiana Jones thing.
Yeah,
the whole sole reason why I'm Indiana Jones.
You had a very vivid memory of a child of being scared of roaches. Yeah. But we should go through all of this, all the segments. And some of these actually did scare me when I was a kid too. Like especially the Ted Danson segment.
What was the first one?
The first one was called
Search Your Memory Banks.
Hold on, Searching Memory.
Searching.
Coming up soon. Is called Father's Day. That's the first one. Found it.
Father's
Day.
It was the least interesting one.
Yeah, that was Ed Harris. An early Ed Harris.
Groovy little dancing.
Oh my God. Ed Harris can break it down in the most embarrassing way possible.
That story was so basic.
Yeah.
That was basic bitch.
That was a basic bitch story.
You're a basic bitch story.
It's an old sort of rich family, old Southern rich family. I got the impression that they were from the South.
Yeah.
And they're all getting together.
Racist.
Yeah. Well, they're all getting together for Father's Day, I guess. Is it another Father's Day?
I guess. I don't know.
But they're all kind of talking about the old patriarch of the family.
He wants his cake.
They have this horrible memory of him wanting more cake.
I want my cake.
Where's my cake? You promised me my cake!
It was a basic zombie thing, but I don't know if he was eating them. He was just killing them.
Yeah,
those are a little scary.
His sister Bedelia is sort of like going to his grave and revisiting Grandpa Nathan.
And it was her brother.
Yeah. Well,
I gotta cut that.
All that really happens is the cake lover is just resurrected because it's Father's Day. Oh, and Aunt Bedelia murdered him. Grandpa gets up. He is resurrected. It's Father's Day again, I guess. He's just time to murder people.
Sometimes he just chokes them to death. Sometimes he throws a tombstone on their head.
Oh yeah, he has a little bit of telekinetic powers.
Yeah, he didn't even push. I thought he was pushing it, but then you see him right there.
Yeah,
I guess he's Dark Phoenixing Professor X.
Yeah, he kills out Ed Harris this way. Ed Harris is a little like, is this happening? Should I move? Every time he moves, the tombstone moves.
I feel like Ed, you could have just jumped right out of there.
Yeah,
Plenty of time. And
then they do the great freeze frame moment that they do in all the segments. You know, Grandpa Father's Day coming out with his Father's Day cake.
Yeah.
First off, who gets a cake on Father's Day?
I didn't know that was a thing myself.
It's not been a thing. No,
If
people don't
it
get
is,
cakes.
we've never gotten our father a cake.
Sorry, Dad. Never got your cake.
But it's just birthdays you get a cake.
Yeah, that's really it.
That really should be it.
It's just a birthday cake. So maybe you shouldn't be expecting cake,
Where's
Grandpa.
my Christmas cake?
Yeah.
Well, that probably is a Christmas cake, but Halloween cake maybe.
And that's kind of like the crux of the whole ending of the episode.
Yeah, undead guy comes out, kills his family. That was it, though. There was nothing
there's nothing really
special
there.
to it. I really think they should have just cut that completely because
Yeah.
it's a 2-hour horror movie
Yeah, they could have
with
cut that
all
out.
these little things.
And then it would have been like a tight hour and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have done without it.
The second segment is
That's not the Leslie Nielsen one.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it's not. It's the Stephen King episode.
Ah, yes, the goofball episode.
The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill.
Oh, it seems sadder with that title. Then I was already sad.
Why do they have to make him?
I remember as a
lonesome?
kid, it wasn't a fear flashback as much as it was a sad flashback.
It was sad.
I felt bad for that.
I felt bad for him too.
Doofus.
It didn't help that they made him kind of like
Dummy.
mentally challenged.
Oh.
It seemed.
Regret saying dummy. Yeah, he seemed like something wasn't quite going on upstairs.
And so that one has a setup of it's almost like a Lovecraft.
Well, it steals from the Blob.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
Steals from the Blob.
He sees
Steals
a
from
meteor.
Lovecraft. Yeah, it steals from a lot of things. Well, it's Stephen King, and he
Coked up days. Too.
Oh,
that was coked up.
boy, is he
I
coked.
guarantee he did some lines before he did his lines.
I can't do my lines until I do my lines.
Yeah, well, it shows.
And so a meteor falls. Jordy finds it. He touches it, and it burns him.
Mm.
And he sticks those fingers right in his mouth. The meteor apparently has a some sort of super growth powers. Everything it touches and everything he touches after that, like everything becomes overgrown. All the grass is growing. All those everywhere.
And this guy's got dollar signs in his eyes.
Yeah.
I can make some sweet $200 with this.
And now we have to punish him because he wanted to make a little money. He wanted
$200 too, even in '82. That's
he was bartered. He bartered up from 50 to 200 of a rock that has
bartering in his own
magic.
head, imagining how the bartering system's going to go down. And he has to cool the rock off.
Oh yeah, he throws some water on
crack
it.
right open.
Yeah, and he destroys it, and he thinks that's the end of that. No one's going to buy a broken meteor.
Broken meteor. We only deal in put together spherical meteors, sir.
Yeah, sorry.
Second year's broke. We don't have no scientific interest in that anymore.
Yeah. So his dreams are crushed, and he can't pay off his farm with $200. He can't pay off the bank.
$200 for a broken meteor, Mr. Verrill. You must be joking.
You think this was going?
Oh, so it was slowly progressing, and things are slowly starting to get more overgrown.
He notices blisters on his fingers.
He
that turn into
blisters
little
on his
grass.
fingers. Yeah, it turns into all the wounds and everything he touches, even on his face and his clothes, start growing grass on.
And then he imagines if he goes to the doctor, they'll cut his fingers off. Which I would say, yes, you should do that.
Yeah,
you should cut those fingers off.
Yeah,
it's
like
going south fast.
Did he didn't think the rest of that story is going to be you can't cut anything off and now you're dead.
Yeah,
which is exactly what happens in this movie.
Oh no, not there!
He has like this one weird hallucination where he hallucinates that he's seeing his father.
Oh yeah,
and his father's
ghost.
His father's ghost, and his father is telling him he's covered in grass at this point. He's got an itch. He thinks if he dives inside
he looks at the water like it's heroin.
Yeah, he wants
his next line. And I need it, man. I need it.
I never met a drink or a drug that I didn't like. I had a huge capacity for alcohol. I had a huge liking for drugs as long as it was something that was speedy.
This is kind of an allegory for Stephen King's addiction, and he succumbs to it.
Yeah,
because he jumps in the bath, and it makes everything worse.
Makes
as
him
expected.
Total Swamp Thing, but less powerful.
Yeah,
than a Swamp Thing would be.
He's in pain. He's suffering, and the last thing he does is I hope there's one more bullet in this gun, Jordy.
He's gone. Just this once.
And in today's weather,
It's very sad.
Yeah,
That at least that was a good story though. It had some good. in the context of this movie where the bars are.
Yeah.
That's why the first one, the bar was way low.
It wasn't well written, but I think like the arc of the story was actually kind of
something you could see in a comic book.
Yeah, it was like a kind of like a cool like Twilight Zone-y kind of thing.
I think it would have worked better animated. The whole movie would have worked better animated. We didn't talk about the beginning.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of
there's a
it's a frame narrative.
Yeah.
Like most bad movies, they think a frame narrative will save the movie, and they frame it with a kid that is reading a comic, and his dad is livid about this comic,
very upset about it,
and he just thinks this is crap. He says crap multiple times.
He rolls it up. I hate that, by the way, as a comic collector myself. You don't roll up a comic like you're going to swat somebody with
sacrilege.
You're messing up the corners.
You're messing up those corners. He's so upset that his son is reading a comic.
Yeah, so all these stories we're going to see are apparently in the comic.
Yeah. They're just flipping through in the trash can.
Yeah, the wind is blowing them. So and then we have the Cheers, the Dark Cheers episode.
Dark Cheers?
The next episode
is Dark Cheers.
Last episode of Cheers that didn't air.
Sam Malone is cheating off of Detective Drevin.
Yeah. Good old Leslie Nielsen. Or Frasier in this story, as it would be.
He kind of takes the Frasier role, and he's banging Leslie Nielsen's wife, I guess.
He's way too old for her.
Yeah, the age doesn't make any
inappropriate, but his I guess he's decided to get revenge on his.
He has a trophy wife. The trophy wife is banging Ted Danson.
Diane
is banging Ted Danson.
Sam and Diane are fucking around on Frasier.
Yeah, and Frasier is upset about it. He has like a little recording of Diane's voice. And he's like, I couldn't even record anymore, but I'll show you where she's buried. He takes Sam Malone to the beach, and he pulls a gun on him, and he's like, I'm going to bury you up to your neck, and then I'll tell you the rest. I'll tell you where Diane's...
little pea shooter. Dude.
Yeah, it's a little 6-shooter.
He got a little bigger gun than that, man.
And he buries Sam Malone up to his neck.
Yeah.
And he puts out a little TV. He gets like a gigantic
it's very elaborate cord. I know. There's all these cords and everything.
It's fun seeing how you had to set up any kind of electronics on the beach in 1982.
It'd be a lot easier now.
Yeah. Just take these anywhere. They work on battery.
Exactly.
Leslie Nielsen, or Frasier, had to get a fucking extension cord that went from his house.
I guess so. I don't know where. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't set up a battery or something on the
get
beach.
A generator. Get an extension cord. Goes across the state line. He really has like an elaborate setup to film his victims. That's like the whole purpose of this is he's got Diane set up a few miles away. Also he owns like this entire beach apparently.
Yeah,
he's
Chris Christie style.
Yeah. He Chris Christie the entire beach, and he's got Diane on one end, Sam Malone on the other.
Buried to the necks, hoping the tide will come in.
Hoping the tide comes in. He's filming them both. Sam's watching Diane.
Yeah.
I don't think Diane's watching Sam.
Yeah, I know. That's weird. You'd think you would want them all watching each other. And then
they never really show what her side really looks like.
Maybe he killed her way earlier.
He says he didn't. He says it's on record.
If you just take a look at the VCR back there. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't turn your head. Let me assure you, Harry, the VCR is not on play. It's on record.
I don't know if we can trust
I don't know.
Frasier. Yeah. Frasier's not thinking straight at this point.
Frasier goes back home. And Frasier's apparently like really interested in electronics. Like he's like commenting on Sam's TV.
I know, saying nonsense jumble words about his VHS too.
I liked his
bat cave.
I like this bat cave with like 6 TVs.
Yeah,
the upper left hand corner was just like the news.
I know.
Everything else was like security footage.
It's kind of like what I thought the future would be like in Back to the Future Part 2, where you just got all these different channels.
Turn off. Okay, I want channels 18, 24, 63, 109, 87, and the Weather Channel.
Weather Channel bringing you world's weather 24 hours. And weather conditions.
But he just put TVs on, like he's been doing a Halo party or something.
Yeah, he's doing a LAN party. Yeah, he's got all the TVs set up. And he's just chilling out at his house, just watching people die.
He's really into it, and then at a certain point, he seems like kind of bummed. Like,
he's like, this wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be.
What a bummer. But he'll regret it later.
Yeah.
And when swamp zombies come after you.
Yeah. Sam Malone comes back as Swamp Thing with Diane.
Yeah.
They sort of just break into his house.
Seems like he doesn't realize they're undead until he starts shooting them. And then he's like, oh, shit.
To see you return. We dug a hole for you, Richard.
Yeah. I mean, they're clearly water zombies. I mean,
in general, he's not very alarmed by any of this.
Yeah,
he's like
gun don't work.
He's more angry. But more people in this movie should be freaked the fuck out by the stuff that happens.
That's why I think it should be animated, or works better if it were a comic.
Yeah,
because it just, when you see somebody like that, it just doesn't. They're at a 4. They should be at an 11.
Yeah. Frasier's sort of just like, oh, I'm gonna kill this guy. Oh,
it ain't working.
Oh,
then he goes and lock himself in the bathroom, and somehow they teleport into the bathroom.
Yeah, they
vampire style.
They're like ghost zombies.
Yeah, whatever. They got magic. It's fine. But he starts losing shit, like he's laughing and like he's lost his mind.
I can hold my breath for a long time.
It's I actually thought that was a good story for a condensed little tiny thing.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad. Even the writing wasn't terrible.
And Ted Danson's a great actor.
Yeah,
I mean, you can really tell he did a very good job.
It was a good cast
with what he had to work with.
He had 2 characters in the movie essentially.
Yeah,
and
short story.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that short story, just 2 characters. They both did pretty well. I mean, that's you could make a shitty story or even like a mediocre one.
Yeah, if it's only 10 minutes long.
Yeah, as long as it's only 10 minutes long. Ed Harris couldn't save his. That one, I think, when I was a kid, probably scared me more than anything. And it was just Ted Danson's face. When I was a kid, I really was freaked out by zombies.
Oh.
Any kind of like decaying flesh stuff really freaked me out when I was a kid. And that was like a really well done zombie makeup.
Yeah, he had some.
He had like bloated lips and like seaweed everywhere. He was done really well. And then when he shot him in the head, and you saw like the gushing of black blood, like that is gross. So seared into my head.
But I remember it, but I don't remember it really doing anything to me, that one. Like, I feel like Jordy or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Jordy.
That one affected me more just because I really felt like, what's happening to this man?
Yeah. That one was, comedy and horror always upset me when I was a kid. So that one really,
especially when it's bad, like Toxic Avenger or something. Like
or when it's like people like that don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jordy didn't deserve any of that. He didn't do anything.
Hey, you got to say his life wasn't going anywhere. Maybe he's better off blowing his fucking head off.
Yeah. And the next story is called The Crate.
The Crate.
Yeah.
This one I do vividly remember and being very scared, even though just stay away from the crate. You're fine. He doesn't want to leave his crate.
Yeah.
This is a monkey monster story.
Well, the story starts off with Hal Holbrook and his horrible wife, Adrienne Barbeau.
From Carnival.
From Swamp Thing, from a million different things.
She's great.
Yeah. And she's just a horrible, horrible person. And she's just embarrasses Hal, and he makes him feel bad, makes him feel like less
drinks
person.
a lot of drinking.
She's an alcoholic. She's abusive. She's angry all the time. She's irritable.
Just because you're an alcoholic doesn't mean you're automatically abusive and hateful.
Doesn't help. And so Hal has a friend who is also a fellow professor at the university that they both work at. That
seems like an emotionally stable guy at first.
Yeah, seems like a regular guy. I think he's banging some co-eds, but other than that,
was that I didn't hear you get that implication.
I think that he really was
not attractive.
No, he's a very old man.
He's not Harrison Ford.
No, but remember there was a scene right before Hal Holbrook went up to him to talk to him at the party, and he's like chatting with a young.
That makes more sense for what he tells his wife later.
I think that's why he told her that,
right out of his ass.
It's something that kind of added up.
Yeah. Well, he hears that there's a crate that from the janitor.
Yeah,
janitor tells him.
The janitor calls him
Dex.
Yeah, Dex.
Calls him Dex.
Yes. So Dex gets a call from the janitor. Janitor's like, "Hey, I found this weird this weird box underneath the stairs. What is this?" And they are investigating it. They're opening the box. Turns out to be the box is full of some sort of ancient monkey.
Yeah, it looked like just a ugly monster ape.
Yeah, the monkey's from.
It looks like a guy in a costume, but
it doesn't look like
it's supposed to be a monster. But
it's supposed to be like a monster monkey, but like I guess ancient in some way because the date on the box said 1892 or something.
Yeah. I think even earlier than that.
Yeah, it was like super old box and
must have been hibernating. I don't know, eating roaches or something.
It's a magical monster. The monster takes the janitor and just chews on him. And eats him up. Pulls him inside the box.
First gets his arm up there, and it seems like it's not going any. Like all right, just rip him out of there. Do something. Just standing there staring
Dex.
at him. But the little monkey's hand grabs his face and pulls him in. Eats
the
him
monkey
up.
hand hitting the head. The monkey hand grabbing the head.
You can tell what they had available to work with. They had a full head. They had a hand. And they had a kind of a body. So I never saw his legs.
No, I think that's all they had.
I don't think they had legs. Yeah, there were no legs.
Legs would be too complicated.
Sorry, we only have the top portion of this suit. I don't know what you want.
Enough. Dex freaks out. He runs into a grad student
who doesn't believe him.
He doesn't believe him. He
desperately runs in there to see something.
He thinks that Professor Dex is either insane or an alcoholic or something.
A little too much to drink, maybe he says.
I think we've both been off on a hell of a toot. Got seeing Tasmanian devils instead of pink elephants.
He runs over to the staircase.
Yeah, he sees blood.
He sees blood. He follows the blood all the way to the back onto the staircase. The monster has now come out of the box and pushed it back where back to his home.
He's like, this is my little corner. I understand that. You want your little hiding hole.
He's very comfortable. He's been there for the last 250 years.
I'm a hermit.
He wants to measure the bite marks off the shoe that he finds.
I guess he's studying to be a police officer or detective.
He's in the criminology department.
At what point do you guys just call the police?
And then he gets eaten
too close.
He gets pretty graphically eaten
with his giant flashlight. That flashlight was huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was because it was 82.
I think it was because it was 82.
I don't
because it wasn't like a huge spread of light.
We just have our phones now.
Yeah. My phone gives off more light than that flashlight did.
Yeah. The Dex is freaking the fuck out. He's losing his fucking mind.
He completely loses it. Takes off.
Great actor.
Yeah. So Dex goes to Hal's house, tells him the whole story. Hal has a great idea.
Immediately thinks, I can get rid of my carnival wife this way.
Yeah. I wonder if he goes through life just wondering of looking for ways to kill his wife, because that's the first thing he thinks of is I'm going to kill my wife with this.
And you could just shoot her, I guess. Well, that's not a great story.
No.
He didn't want to go that far. He lacked the constitution for such a thing.
Well, this has a great alibi and everything. I mean,
Does it?
Well, maybe not.
I mean, you got to dump the...
I mean, it's a good way to hide a body.
Yeah, I guess if you got a monster under...
If you got a monster that can consume entire bodies...
Because even if they do find the body, what, are they going to accuse him of eating her?
Yeah.
She's going to... Look.
Reenact this crime scene for me, please.
An ape ate people. I don't know what.
Good luck figuring out what actually happened.
But he gets her down there by telling her that Dexter, who he's knocked out, he put a little something in his drink.
Yeah,
more drinking. A lot of drinking going on in this movie.
A lot of alcohol.
Yeah, and when he gets her down there, he says that Dex had a girl down there, and she's off in the corner.
Oh yeah, he starts.
Did you try to get her out?
He starts making this story about Dexter smacking around some co-ed, and Adrienne Barbeau's into it. She's excited.
Yeah,
her whole face lights up when she hears about this.
Until he starts laughing, and then she's like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah,
well, you were laughing 5 seconds ago.
She had her own ugliness reflected back at her,
and she didn't like what she saw.
No, that medicine tastes bad. And he sort of
coaxes her in there.
He coaxes her in there, and then he kind of tries to wake up the monkey.
Yeah, he just pushes her at this point. Wake up, wake up.
He's just straight up all right, I was taking too long. I need to kill this woman.
At this point,
I can't stand her voice.
You could just kill her yourself. Not that I'm encouraging that, but
But just, if you're going to kill her, if you don't care about what happens,
you showed some sort of passion there.
Yeah. There's some life.
But it seems like the monkey's not waking up. He's had 2 bodies. He's dead to the world. He's tired.
Yeah.
But no, she starts berating him, and I guess the monkey's like, you know what? I got you, buddy.
It's fine.
I'll take care of this.
I'll take her out. And he
rips into her face.
Eats Adrienne Barbeau.
Unfortunate.
She was pretty rotten.
Just divorce her. Just leave.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, there's a reasonable way to...
I guess you could say that to any unhealthy relationship.
From this. Yeah. There's definitely the right
answer. You definitely didn't need to feed her to an ape monster.
That's way too far.
Yeah, I agree. That one was all right. It was... the monkey was definitely scarier to me as a kid.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But now it doesn't have the fear flashback thing for me because I'm like, this is a stupid ass monkey costume.
Yeah, that one didn't
with no legs. Really bothers me. I didn't see no legs on this thing.
Yeah. It has to have an effect on you when you're a kid. And if I wasn't freaked out about it when I was a kid, it's not going to work now.
Yeah.
It's definitely not going to work now.
So far, a lot of this was goofy for me.
Yeah. And this one was kind of goofy too.
Yeah.
A little.
I think what does bother me later is also as goofy, yet I didn't see the goof in it.
Mm-hmm.
there's no practical effects. They're real creatures.
They are.
So far, we've seen fake monsters.
Yeah, now
we will soon see real ones
that's the next,
that exist in the real world.
And that's the next segment, which is called "They're Creeping Up on You."
Yeah,
which
is my
that's the one we saw that you had the most vivid memory of.
Yeah, this was today, Junior. But the reason I'm dressed as Indiana Jones because this and Temple of Doom was where my phobia of roaches. You think a basic roach, annoying, gross, but I'm genuinely like it's a xenomorph alien from Ridley Scott's movie. These things are fast. Their antennas are disgusting, and they never
stop moving.
I know, and you can't kill them. They're like zombies. I would love to see some. I wouldn't want to see it, but I would love to see them put it in a microwave and see if that would actually kill them. Because I bet it wouldn't.
I'm fine with it. Hey, I am all on board with killing bugs. Fuck bugs.
Yeah, I agree.
I do not care about a bug.
Do we need them to? I guess we need bees to pollinate things.
I'm sure we do, but you know what? Earth will be fine.
They'll figure it out.
It figures
compared to what we've been doing to Earth.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can lose the bugs.
They'll be fine. I don't like this whole we can't kill the bugs because this is delicate balance on Earth has to be maintained. It's fine. Earth has the balance fucked all over the place.
And it doesn't matter. You'll never kill the bugs. The
Earth will shrug.
Own this world.
Some people might die.
Yeah, people won't live.
But Earth will be okay.
Yeah, it's not so much any bug because I don't have a problem with spiders but it's only the roach. The roach, that scurrier, that little fucker, unbreakable. That thing is insane. And they seem to run right at you. In my experience, they don't run away from me.
They're coming for you.
As soon as you turn the light on to get them scurrying, it seems like they beeline right towards you.
They're
Perhaps that's just in my head, but I feel like they're coming right at me.
I think they have a grudge against you.
I've had one fall on my head as a janitor in the basement, and I was cleaning. Something popped down, and I was like, the fuck is this?
It's like they're coming at you from above.
Yeah, I know. And let's stop talking about me. This story begins with a future me who's in a condo.
Yeah, we kind of came to that conclusion that this is kind of you if you won the lottery.
Way too white. I mean, he has no decorations.
Yeah.
I appreciate his aesthetic. Just throw up some tapestries.
He's kind of like a Howard Hughes type where he's like super rich. He's in the stock market, but then he's also has like this whole facility that he's kind of like, it's almost like a clean room.
I love his little vacuum thing. You just throw garbage in there.
Yeah, he's got like a little
like a Futurama.
Yeah, it's like an airplane toilet.
Yeah.
It's like you press a little button, it just sucks right in.
All for that technology.
Wherever that goes.
I guess the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have a class system, and those people get all the garbage down there.
And he sees like all of society as bugs.
Yeah,
he's very
clearly an
disdainful.
asshole, racist prick.
Yeah, he's a racist. He's disdainful towards other people.
He's not a future version of me at this point. I was like, what?
No, you're not contemptful for other humans at all.
I'm not racist. I'm not contemptual. Contemptual?
I don't know.
I mispronounce it, so then I can be honest. I'm not consensual.
I'm not consensual.
That's not what I am.
You're not consensual.
I don't hate humans. He's essentially killing bugs while on the phone talking about firing this one guy who committed suicide because of the firing.
Oh yeah, they really want to make him out to be the villain when they have a former worker, one of his former employees calls him, one of his former employees' wife calls him, because that employee's dead, killed himself, and his wife is complaining to the bug man. Yeah, I got some complaints. You caused my husband to kill himself.
And he's very empathetic.
Oh.
Came home, and his eyes were so dead.
He's playing music on
very
his
understanding.
Yeah,
he like does like the violin mime, and then he's like, "That's not enough. I need to play real music."
He went out on a bang. They want to make it clear this guy's a dick. Don't worry about what's going to happen.
He's
to him.
monstrous. He's completely unfeeling.
But nobody deserves what happens to him.
Well, he starts slowly seeing roaches crawl around.
Yeah,
in his house.
That alone was enough for me. I remember being a kid, like, oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah, you seem to have like a bigger reaction towards just one, just sort of running around than you did like the big scenes where it was just hundreds.
Well, because then it looks like just a bunch of dog food. I don't know what. It's disgusting. It's gross.
It's hard to make out what they all are.
Yeah.
So he starts seeing them sort of crawling around the house, and then he sees them in the light. He finds them in his cereal.
Oh, I know. When I remember as a kid seeing him pour out in the cereal. I'm like, they could be in your food.
Yeah.
That Kermit the Frog thing. I remember being in bed and hearing something like scurrying of paper.
That's really bad. When they're so heavy that you can hear them walking on the ground.
I was like, what is this? It wasn't even it was like a little Christmas bag, that you put stuff in. He couldn't get out.
So he's like,
I don't like even making him a he or she.
Did you think that your hand?
I don't want to put my hands. He's in there, and he couldn't get out, so he kept trying to get out, and that's what I was hearing. And I was like, "What is this noise?"
Yeah, he couldn't.
And I look, and I hit the bag. There he is, just looking up at me. Help me! Get me out of here! Like, no! And I was in my 20s. That memory. I was not a kid in that
This was
memory.
like 6 months ago.
I know this wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, and if you have a fear of roaches, this is definitely the worst possible movie you could watch. And they really lovingly show these roaches.
And he's not wrong saying that you can't kill them, because you can't. Yeah. I've stepped on them. I have a hard time stepping them because I hate the crunch sound and feeling. But I've smashed them, and I've just watched as they seem to they seem to
like
start healing.
Back.
Like, I know.
Their bones start
like they have the powers of Wolverine, and they can just heal over time. If you give them enough time, they'll heal.
Yeah.
And I've sprayed them with bleach, Tilex, all that. Like you
can't get them.
Yeah.
They're invincible.
You have to rip them into small pieces and mail them to Norway.
They have to be drawn and quartered.
Yeah. It's like Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
You have to tie a chain around the roach and send it to the bottom of Crystal Lake.
The vivid memory I have, though, at the very end, when they overwhelm him, and then they start splitting out of his skin and his mouth, like that, I remember as a kid just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm sure I didn't say what the fuck.
Because he panics to a point where he goes into like a panic room.
Yeah.
And then he's like traps himself in here. And this is another one where he's like not really horrified. He's more angry at the bugs. He's not scared of them.
Yeah.
He's just sort of pissed.
Every one of you. Every damn one of you. I've been beating bugs all my life. I'll beat you too, bastards.
He's yelling at them.
Yeah, and he just thinks like, somebody's going to pay for this.
Well,
I'm firing somebody for letting all of these roaches eat me alive. Yeah.
And he sees his bed sheets moving.
Another bed sheet under the bed sheet.
I know.
I think we might have some fear about bed sheets.
The bed's alone, moving underneath the bed.
Yeah, just movement underneath the bed sheet. Like that does kind of... there's a scene in The Grudge that does... It's one of the scenes that really unnerves me in The Grudge.
I remember that.
When the kid comes out from underneath the bed sheets.
She had those big Muppet eyes.
Yeah.
That's another one we could do. That was, except that fear flashback started in my 20s. I didn't see The Grudge until then.
Yeah, that's just a fear recent memory. The Bugman is now trapped in his panic room, and he
rips the sheets off.
He sees bugs everywhere.
Palmetto bugs, big in Florida. They're terrible. It's like all different kinds. They're not just roaches at this point. Like they've ganged together, the Bloods and the Crips. It's all of them.
They had a lot of like weird species there, like some weird albino things that I was
That's
seeing.
when it got into Temple of Doom, where she hears the crunching. Like, what is that noise?
It's not fortune cookies. Let me take a look.
Yeah, it's a thing with roaches really bugs me.
And
I just realized I said that after I said it.
Yeah, and then like you said, all the bugs just burst out of his body. They eat. They're covered. They're like filling his panic room up to above his body. It's like filling with water, but they're bugs.
Yeah,
it's a pretty gnarly scene. You're like, I hate bugs, but I'm more like a bigot towards bugs than I'm afraid of them.
You're the George Wallace.
Yeah, I'm the George Wallace of bugs. I will kill every bug I see.
Well, I'm just afraid of them, like the old woman who's racist.
Yeah, I mean, like I have
locks
a boundary.
their door when they walk by their car.
Whenever I come by a roach, I lock my door.
I know. They don't bite. I remember parents always saying they don't bite.
Yeah,
it's not their bite that I'm afraid of.
Just stay away. Just get the fuck out of here.
Crawling on me.
Just stay out of my house.
Yeah.
Just don't come in my house. We have an understanding.
I don't come in your house.
Yeah. I don't go to their houses and kill them.
Yeah.
But if you come in my house, I will kill you.
Territory.
I'll kill you, bug.
I don't think they're watching, but
roaches
talking directly to them.
I'm talking directly to the roaches.
I legit can't talk to you. I don't want to acknowledge you. I don't want you to know I exist or watch. Don't watch the show.
At the end of the frame narrative of the movie,
another Temple of Doom reference.
I don't even know what this is. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. I just got it. So at the end of the movie, the kid, or dad is like celebrating his win for throwing away the comic book. The trash guys are picking up the comic, they're flipping through it. They see like, oh, here's a voodoo doll.
These are post-apocalyptic trash guys, by the way. They're wearing trash. I'm like, what are they?
Yeah, that's the culture of trash people.
Okay, I'm a janitor.
Yeah.
My friends are garbage men. I don't want to talk trash.
So they're all the same.
The trash men.
Everybody in the waste industry is the same to you. So the trash men are flipping through the comic. They see this advertisement for a voodoo doll. It's been cut out.
Yeah.
A little foreshadowing that's about to pay off. And dad is having breakfast in the morning. He's complaining about his neck.
My neck hurts.
Having some neck issues. Reveal.
Oh, the mom sees one of his shirts.
Oh yeah, another nice little foreshadow. Like, oh hey, your shirt's been cut up.
She took it well. Like,
yeah, whatever.
Cutting your shirts up again, honey.
And you smash cut to reveal that the kid has a voodoo doll, and he's voodoo dolling
Doom level. Yeah,
he's Temple of Dooming his dad. He's sticking him in the thing, which to me means the dad was right. The comics were corrupting his mind. They turned his son into a murderer.
I believe his son was insane before the comic.
The comic literally provided the murder weapon.
I know. The writers of this are apparently on the side of the father here.
I guess they're for the
You want your kid to cut out voodoo stuff and then stab you in the neck?
That's the message.
Don't collect comic books.
Comics rot your brain.
Well, that's our lesson today. That's right. We've learned.
Don't read comics.
And don't embrace bug culture.
But we are talking about fear flashbacks. I do that every time.
Okay.